This is Captain Sid. He loves two things, Bitcoin and motorcycles.
We've aged, a decade and 2 years, so I wanted to see what the hell has happened in America, and road trip is a great way to do that.
After living in Thailand during the COVID shutdowns, when the world started opening up again, he hatched a plan.
I thought, why not do something on a motorcycle across the country, but what am I going to do in between? And on Twitter, I started seeing the rise of these Bitcoin meetups.
Like most people who have gone down the proverbial rabbit hole, Sid became obsessed with finding like-minded Bitcoiners to hang out with and pre-coiners to orange pill.
The most energy is coming from these small cities and towns all across America. So I thought, hell, I'm going to buy a big American motorcycle and do a road trip and just connect the dots through all of these different meetups.
And that's exactly what he did. Starting off in Miami from the Bitcoin Conference 2022, Sid hit the open road to visit as many Bitcoin meetups as he could. And he says American Bitcoiners do not disappoint.
I'm starting to realize that it's much more than just a common interest in this money protocol. There's much more that unites Bitcoiners. Just getting to shake the hands of Bitcoiners from all over the country and see that even though we come from very different backgrounds and have very different life experiences, we all kind of have the same ethos.
That ethos includes a passion for sound money, self-sovereignty, and stake.
When I went to the Beef Initiative conference in Kerrville by this guy, Texas Slim, who is like bringing ranchers and Bitcoiners together. So I talked to the chef at the Beef Initiative and he was like, man, you got a motorcycle, like cook it on the engine. It's called manifold cooking, look it up. And I looked it up and sure enough, there's cookbooks on how to do this. They don't measure the time you should cook, they measure the miles on the highway you should cook a dish.
Lucky for Sid, there were plenty of miles ahead of him to perfect his technique.
All right, I got one of Jason Rick's grass-fed, grass-finished fillets in here.
Oh yeah. The steaks that I cook come out like a nice pink all the way through. And it's kind of like a sous vide. You gotta have thin pieces of meat, but boy, it's so good.
Sid's spirit of freedom and adventure is something he found in common with lots of folks he met along the way. Qualities far more profound than a simple protocol for sound money.
Bitcoiners are all ages and all stripes and all different lifestyles. I haven't had that many really deep conversations about Bitcoin itself. Because I think the most interesting part of Bitcoin is how it changes the world around it.
In a fast-changing world full of remote working and Zoom calls, it's comforting to know some things will always stay the same.
You get to see people as real humans, and that is an insanely rewarding experience, just talking to Bitcoiners in person.